I don't know what they are. Do you know?
They are both Chinese. I'm not even gonna attempt to decipher which Chinese it is because, yeah, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. It is 12 frames. It does matter in the end, but
Definitely.
not that big of a difference. I think it's really shocking to me that there's runners out there that are like, oh yeah, it's 12 frames, so I'm just not gonna switch. And it's like, you can't read Chinese, period. So why don't you just switch? I don't get it. Something about ruining golds or something like that, but yeah,
Hey, those golds are important.
not super sure I can get behind that. I think Sailo forgot to mute his microphone in the VOD, so maybe we'll get some nice cameo shots from Silo's microphone. I'm just gonna let it play out. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens.
Alright. Both runners synced up.
It'll be like we're
Not
watching a webcam stream. I always like when we have a double webcam set up. That always leads to interesting audio scenarios. I was actually going through some VODs on my Cool Cat Gang channel where I used to host tournaments, and I totally forgot that the last SMO tournament I hosted on there, the finals were between two webcam runners, and I was so like burnt out from the tournament because it was the same size basically as this tournament, but I was doing it like almost entirely by myself, and like there's even less like volunteers for commentary. It was kind of a disaster for me at the time. Like life wasn't going so well, so I was super burnt out. And we set up the race, and I'm like, neither runner has any game audio because they're both on webcam. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll just play some random music. So my friend earlier in the day had sent me some random like Kmart like reel-to-reel like audio recordings like ripped from like the 80s Kmart stores. So I straight up just played that over the stream. And yeah, we were listening to Coconut Mall during the outro and the Cat Jam sequence. It was a fun time as we see both racers have made it through Cap Kingdom here. No big issues, no big surprises, but Sailo coming out ahead. So, yeah, obviously.
Shout out to Kmart though, honestly. We don't have much of those anymore.
Yeah, I watched like the entire VOD back because it was actually really, really funny to me anyways. But they said something like there's like 2,800 or something Kmart stores nationwide. And I looked it up, and I think there's like 12 or something now, or like at the time there was like 45. Yeah, I know. I'm like, where are they at too? Like, I have no idea.
Oh goodness. Anyways, we're here watching Mario. Also talking about Kmart.
Attention,
You think Mario
shoppers.
likes Kmart? You think Mario ever shopped at a Kmart?
No.
Like, where do you think he got those overalls? Like, it can't be like a Forever 21. You gotta imagine he went to like a Kmart.
He went to Forever 21 for overalls. I mean, actually, in this day and age, I wouldn't be too surprised to see some overalls at Forever 21. I don't think I've ever set foot inside of Forever 21, but it's pretty trendy, I would imagine. Overalls are kind of making a comeback.
Yeah, maybe. Unfortunately, I am 30, so I am not Forever 21. But anyways, Sailo capturing a dinosaur, and Sean right behind him.
Yeah, Sailo going for this jump here, does in fact nab it. Landing straight on top there. It was scary. I was scary about it.
I don't know. Some of these runners, they just land right on the edge, and that's just... I've failed so many dino skips where it's just PTSD at this point.
Dude, you can straight up like bonk at the very bottom of like the geometry, and it'll still like warp you into the fight because the cutscene bubble is like massive. It's kind of crazy.
I'm a special kind of trash, I guess.
Yeah, Sean showing a little bit of despair there in the webcam. You can see him asking what, as having some trouble with the Madame Brutal fight, not able to capture the chain chomp. Not sure if that was a personal error, perhaps not too happy with the controller, but as we can see in chat, something dumb was going on.
This is Sean's first tournament appearance during this tournament, so maybe a little shaky. You know, you gotta imagine a little shaky.
Even more importantly, we got AC Money in the chat room now, so I can bully AC Money from the commentary booth, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. I have nothing mean to say, though, because I'm a very nice person, unlike AC Money, who's incredibly mean. We've learned.
Oh my goodness. Ooh,
Hey.
Sailo's gonna go for chest clip here. Looks good.
Yeah, I've learned that with strats that I don't know how to do, especially in SMO, I never say anything looks good because it's really easy to just be like, oh yeah, it looks good, and then it's like, oh, it doesn't work, and then you look kind of like you don't know what you're talking about. That's my experience, anyways. Don't want to speak for you, but I just never.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I never ever like, especially on Nut Clip when I first started commentating at this game, like all Nut Clips like kind of look the same unless it's super obvious that they're failing it. So I used to be like, oh yeah, that looks like it's gonna work, and then they just pop right out of the wall, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about here. Yeah. Not to say you don't know what you're talking about here, but yeah, I don't know. I've seen that you're not too keen on the SMO grind lately. I hear you've been more into the Super Mario Sunshine game, whatever that is.
I do love me some Sunshine, and unfortunately, we don't see Flood or the Delfinos in this game, so feels bad.
Yeah, maybe SMO 2. I hear that's coming out, according to SMO Twitter every Nintendo Direct.
SMO 2. I'd like to see an SMS 2 before we see an SMO 2, but I'm just a little bit biased. Both the runners entering into Sand Kingdom. They're going to be setting up their DSS and bopping a bird.
Sandy Kingdom is pretty fun. It's a pretty cool kingdom. There's a lot of different things you can do in here in terms of routing. And both players, of course, at this level are going to be going for DSTA routes. Won't drone on too much about DSTA, as I'm pretty sure that most people at this point are probably familiar with it, unless you're super brand new. But do stick around. I'm sure that next race we'll be talking all about it.
Yeah, I don't imagine we'll see a lot of path divergence in the early kingdoms. Maybe at all, honestly, but who knows. Their PBs are only just about a minute off from each other, so...
Yeah, Seanhartman and Sailo, two players that they compete at a high level, and they compete in a lot of tournaments. I don't think that I've hosted a single tournament where they're within the PB valid ranges of the tournament, where there hasn't been a sign up from either of these players. Both signing up for the very first tournament I ever hosted personally in this game. I don't think Sean was around when the previous GSA leagues were going on, so I'm not sure if Sean attempted to qualify for those, but I know Sailo was playing in those as well. So Silo's been around. Seanhartman, a little bit newer blood, but definitely able to take a match off of Sailo here as he pulls up to the archway. Sailo already pulling into Bullet Bill Jam, though. Let's see if he gets that.
And, oh, Sailo unfortunately getting the Bullet Bill and
a little bit. That's interesting, though.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure what happened. I was watching Sean's side. I just look over and now Silo's a Bullet Bill.
Yeah, so he basically. Oh no! Unfortunately, missing the cap there. Gonna have to take a dive. Oh, missing it again. Trying to go for some fancy pants movement here. Did break the box with the Bullet Bill, so can go over and grab this moon straight away. But unfortunately, not the case we want to be in, as Seanhartman pulls ahead a little bit here, nailing the Bullet Bill Jam, and getting a little bit more cleaner movement there. Sailo showing some chinks in the armor here as Seanhartman pulls ahead for the first time, but already falling back behind.
Nice, both of them going for a reverse jack. So you love to see it. This is a really cool little trick here. Nice, both of them nail it just fine. Oh, Sailo almost taking a dip in the goop there.
What is that AP paint like goop? I don't even understand. Is it Poison Jam? I hear it's called Poison Jam. That just makes me think of Jet Set Radio.
Not gonna lie, this might get my gamer card revoked. I've never played it.
You've never played Jet Set Radio or Jet Set Radio
Nope.
Future? Kind of weird. Fantastic games. Definitely recommend trying them out. Actually have pretty good emulator support nowadays, so there's really no excuse. Xbox emulation coming a long way recent years.
Sean having some difficulties landing on that dune to reveal the moon there. Both runners wrapping up Sand Kingdom, gonna be heading into Lake. Was that a single cap throw from Sailo?
Yes.
I think that was single from both of them, actually.
I mean, Sailo threw another cap, but I mean, I don't think it really helped with the notes, so...
Oh, okay.
We'll leave that one to the stats department, whether or not they want to count that as a single cap throw. I would probably count it, but... Who knows?
Hey, you're just the restream guy.
Yeah, I'm just the dumb old re-streamer, I don't know anything.
Oh, that's not nice. Alright, both runners still neck and neck. I imagine we'll see a lick clip from both of these runners. Maybe some mistakes here will change the lead. Sailo looks like they're maybe, what is that, 7 or 8 seconds ahead?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a fancy stats sheet to go off of. I'm not sure if Matza ended up having the stats for this one. Yeah, looks like Sean's not using the plugin, so yeah, we don't get anything. We gotta go old school here, and I like it. I like going old school.
Yeah, my math is never wrong.
Yeah, I think it's about 5 seconds difference. I didn't really get a good glimpse at the fades there, but it's around 5 seconds, as Sailo does have a bit of a lead entering late kingdom. We'll see if both players end up going for a late clip. I would expect both of them to, but Sean could opt not to. Sailo has gone for it so far, and we'll be going for it again as we line up here. Unable to find the clips so far. Cappy refusing to clip out of bounds. There we go.
What can be the difference right here? If Sean gets a first try late clip, or even... Oh, well, never mind. Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean had it? Okay, there he goes. He's fine. I'm just gonna let it play out.
Yeah, Sean definitely having a decent attempt there. If not saving time, definitely keeping it even with the late clippage, so that's good to see.
For sure.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about the plugin, worry about the gameplay. We do appreciate runners trying to use that plugin, though it does help out the timing quite a bit. Makes the stats tracking a lot easier. Leaves a lot of pressure off Matson because, you know, don't have to... You know, we try to get as many people on helping with the trick counting and all that stuff, but it's a hard position to fill. Bit of a thankless job.
Alright, we see both runners heading into the Lakes Kingdom version of a Kmart to talk to the backstock associate. Unfortunately, their item is out of stock, so they're just gonna have to take a simple moon and head on out.
Kmart associate moon. That is pretty good moon, I must say.
Yeah, the funny thing about that one is if you're new in chat right now, if you're just tuning in, you're not gonna get the reference. So it just sounds like I'm a crazy guy. Which, I mean, fair, but...
Imagine not tuning into every single GSA race from the start. That's kind of yikes. I mean, you must not be following on Twitter. You must not be following on Discord.
Whoa, Twitter? What's the Twitter handle of GSA?
I'm super glad you asked because I'm gonna post it in the chat room right now. It is Global Speedrun on Twitter. You can keep up with all our epic PogChamp posts.
Wait, you're telling me if I follow you on Twitter, I know when you go live and when future events are?
That's very true.
Whoa!
I don't know if you guys saw the announcement yesterday for the 16-star live time attack event coming up next weekend, but I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun. Is that gonna be on this channel?
Yes, it is in fact going to be on this channel. Yep. Fun fact, I ran a tournament one time called the 16-star Swag Invitational, which never ended because people got bored and apparently didn't like a format where winning the races didn't matter. But basically the entire concept was that people had to do the most swag strategies and you earned swag points, and whoever got the most swag points wins.
Oh my god.
One racer who I raced against, it was actually a race versus me, got their 16th star by booting up SMO and collecting a star in the Mushroom Kingdom. And I thought that was a pretty creative way in order to collect 16 stars in SM64. I'm not sure if that
They
would...
win.
I'm not sure if that would fly in other tournaments, but I thought that was a pretty good one. As Sailo, going for nut clip here, does nail it. So nut clip, not a problem for an elite gamer like Sailo. Very quick out of bounds movement as well. That's going to be a hard match to follow.
Well, looks, ooh, I don't know. Okay.
Well, Sean is out of bounds. A little bit less sure with himself on the out of bounds movement, but pretty quick as well, I would say. If not keeping pace, just about a second behind there. Sailo is already grabbing this nut moon, so see if Sean can make it up this. Looks very nice, actually. Going for the side flip strat to make it over the side of the factory there. That ramp can be pretty tricky. Runners make it look like you can just run straight up it, easy peasy, but if you've ever tried to run up that ramp, you know that it is not quite so easy.
These runners capturing a small little onion boy. Sailo taking a small little dip there.
Yeah, having a tiny bit of trouble, but not the biggest of deals, as Seanhartman barely clearing that fence there, making me a bit nervous, as taking a tumble there will lead you into the deep woods, or as AC Money likes to call it, the Lost Woods. That's a different game,
I
though.
believe if he falls there, he dies. Not mistaken. I think that's the death lane where he would have, quote unquote.
No,
so.
if he bonks the fence there, he falls into deep woods, 100%.
Oh, okay.
If you fall a little bit past that, there's like a divider line, kind of, where you will die, but in between that fence and the area you jump from is mostly deep woods area.
Well, fair enough.
Well, maybe entirely. Depends on how we're defining it verbally here, but either way, Sailo, ooh, climbing up here, but unable to grab the last moon without falling down, so a little bit of breathing room for Sean as he is making his own climb.
Sailo not making a lot of big mistakes, but these small mistakes are definitely going to start adding up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Seanhartman fan, it's definitely keeping Sean in the game here. Oh, yeah, I mean, here's another one right here. Wooded, just full of small little minor errors for Sailo, as Sean right behind him now. About to collect this nut around the corner.
And Wooded is just one of those kingdoms that's just... It's hard, man. It's definitely one of those where you can just... One little mistake button press or jump or something, it could be over. Wooded sucks.
You know, Wooded Kingdom hate in the commentary booth. I can understand it. Had some trouble with Wooded before. I personally pretty fond of this kingdom. I'm pretty fond of all the kingdoms in this game, honestly. I think my least favorite is probably Luncheon. I mean, maybe Ruined, but you can't really call Ruined a kingdom. Yeah, I just don't really like Luncheon. I mean, I think the design of it's just Luncheon. Weird. None of the food looks good. You know, like when you're in like preschool, kindergarten, and they have those like fake food stations. Like, that's what the food all looks like, and then it's like you're boiling that in hot steaming Pepto-Bismol. Like, I don't know. I would not eat a spoonful of luncheon stew, that's for sure.
Fair enough. We have Seanhartman in chat commentating his own run. Love to see it, as commentators are clearly not paying attention to either runs.
What do you mean? We're paying attention. We're talking about the run. Come on.
We're talking about eating Pepto-Bismol from a kingdom they're not even in yet.
What are you talking about? That's totally relevant to the race. That's what the gamers in the chat room want. Come on.
Alright, both these runners heading into Cloud Kingdom. Not a big fan of Cloud Kingdom. It's just your run-of-the-mill Bowser fight.
What kingdom are you a fan of? Lip Potato, what kingdom?
Super love Seaside, and I love
Oh,
Luncheon.
come on. No more Seaside.
What? Seaside's the best kingdom.
Oh yeah, because it has the best elevator music, right?
It literally has the best music.
Ugh.
Look, we'll be in Seaside in like, what, 10 minutes? Y'all bump up the volume.
No, I'm gonna mute the feeds.
Seaside. Oh my gosh. A lot of hate for the Seaside music from our co-commentator here.
AC Money has he's conditioned me, man. I gotta be hostile now forever in commentary. Oh, and Seanhartman missing a fast hat here. That's not what you want to see, as Sailo is nailing the Bowser fight so far. Definitely an uncharacteristic mistake from Sean. Definitely something that I feel like Sean typically will have down. Most racers at this level not going to be making those errors. But in races, as they say, anything can happen, and it's unfortunate to see from the player currently in second place right now.
Alright, Sailo heading into Lost Kingdom. Don't look away, don't blink. Don't go in the other room to talk to your dog. Because if you do, you'll miss the entire kingdom. It's just that quick. These runners honestly just zoom right through it, and it's really cool to see. A lot of cool and precise movement. Sailo having some issues landing on that dune there. And both runners able to get meme tree, no problem. Love to see it.
Yeah, definitely something you're used to seeing runners of this caliber do pretty well with, but it can from time to time screw people up. I mean, it's really easy to say these runners don't mess anything up, but all of a sudden you'll see a 101, 100, even sub-hour runner having a complete colossal meltdown on any given portion of the run, and it can really tamper with their mind, cause a little bit of a ruckus in the brain, and that makes it pretty hard to continue running at all.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I don't know anything about. I am a professional Mario speedrunner, and I've never been tilted in one of these games, so I can definitely imagine, you know.
Alright, fair enough. Lit Potato literally never making a mistake, as Sailo making one here, falling into the poison jam. Hate to see it.
Yeah, taking a dip in the goop. Unfortunately, that cage sign is still... Oh, no, it is open. Really? I thought it... Oh, okay. Well, I learned something today. I could have sworn they'd have to go back and recollect that shine. That moon.
Uh-oh, and we are taking a death here. Doesn't want to land back on the pillar, doesn't want to trigger Klepto, but does take a death, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens as Sailo needs to head back for the second time. I'm gonna be giving Seanhartman a pretty solid lead here.
Yeah, you definitely hate to see that. Opting to take the death warp, respectable. I'm hoping to see some more Seanhartman commentary in chat. Looks like he might be typing something.
Chatting throughout your race is definitely the play. It can be difficult, especially in a game like SMO where there's not a lot of downtime where you can just take your hands off the controller. In a game like SM64 where it's like there's literally like nothing you can do to skip past cutscenes 90% of the time, it's really easy to chat in between your levels and between stars. In this game, pretty much every time you're in a cutscene, you're wanting to smash plus and A repeatedly, so...
Yeah.
Mad respect for runners who manage to pull it off in this game. I think it's definitely potentially, you know, kneecapping your potential in the race a little bit, but, you know, I mean, it's swag.
Absolutely, and like I always say, swag saves time, even when it doesn't.
Is that what you always say?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. I say that on the daily at least 12 times, especially at work. Talk to my clients, be like, yo, we thought about swag.
Swag saves time, and they're like, why do I want to save time? And you're like, what do you mean?
I'm sorry, do you not want to save time?
Yeah, what the heck?
No, I mean, I do, but... That's how I got my promotion.
I don't know, Lit Potato is an IRL speedrunner.
And Sailo right behind Sean. As Sean makes to the tippity top of City Hall. See if they're able to cross this big old gap.
Yeah, I mean... Oh no, I was just gonna make a comment about how Sailo should be able to play consistently and, you know, make up time here and potentially even come back regardless of what Sean does, but Sailo immediately taking a tumble there, making me eat my words before I even say them. He needs to get things together here because I mean, Sean's not going to lay off the gas. Sean is playing for, you know, doesn't have a match in the tournament yet, but definitely wants to start things off on a good foot here. And Sailo really needs this match if he wants to have any chance of the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Sailo definitely wants to get this win. I feel like maybe some of these mistakes are causing like maybe like a little mental barrier there, because I feel like Sailo has enough skill to not mess up City Hall, but you know, we saw them messing up. We'll see what happens moving forward.
Yep, can definitely be a possible weak point here. The Mecha Wiggler fight is quite difficult. Looks like Sean getting a pretty decent pattern here. Just needs to keep it cool. Isn't dead, so that's a plus. Was a little bit too far forward there, but does manage to back it up in the tank and finish off the second cycle with relative ease. So not going to be sweating too hard there as Sailo pulling up to the second phase himself. Getting a very, very easy pattern. He does it. It doesn't get any easier than that. The Wiggler completely in a straight line practically. Just taking easy shots, chipping away those little power balls there, and going to be ending things off. But with that that little bit of a deficit, as Seanhartman will be wrapping up the night metro first. Going to be heading into daytime metro. Known to some as light metro. Always interesting to hear people call it light and dark metro. Heard that quite a few times. I made that mistake myself.
From who? What?
Perhaps that's just me. I make that mistake a lot.
I've never heard that.
Light metro and dark metro. I think we should start referring to them exclusively as light and dark metro, personally.
Oh my god, just light mode and dark mode. Don't even say metro anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know, maybe Twisted Duck constantly complaining about light mode. I think it's kind of weird too. Oh, the IRL cam for the scoot clip. You'd love to see that, as Sean getting a little bit of bumping on the railing there. Line things up. Sailo, not too far behind, nailing the jam at the beginning. Quite an easy one, but worth mentioning nonetheless. We'll see how this scoot clip goes for him. Could be bumping into the fence a little bit as well, and grabbing the moon with relative ease. So both players making quick work of scoot clip, but the rest of day metro is a bit difficult depending on the routing we go for.
Imagine we should maybe see bullet bill room for one of these runners, perhaps Sailo.
Yeah, Sailo has gone for it already in this tournament. Has nailed 2 out of 2 bullet building routes without any particular errors, so we'll see how things go here.
Looks like both runners are going to be doing the bullet bill room, so nice.
Yeah, I mean, Sailo could technically skip over it, but I'd be surprised, and yeah.
Yeah.
Sean nailing the lottery moon here, as see if Sailo can do so as well. Pretty easy moon to snag. You have to get a pretty quick spin throw, but both players make an easy work of it. We have seen players struggle a little bit in that room from time to time, which having any sort of struggles in that move basically negates the benefits of this route and just makes things a lot harder for you. So good to see both racers not struggling right off the bat. But this is the hard part right here, getting this bullet bill. Oh, and looks like we're just gonna go for the vaults. So Sean not liking what he's seeing, just gonna go for the backup straight away, and that's respectable. Not losing much time by doing this, and I mean, obviously, if you're making too many mistakes, you're gonna have some big problems. And Sailo just going straight over the top. So interesting bullet bill rooms, to say the least, from both players, but not a big of a deal.
Honestly, shout out to Sean for just knowing that, you know, he was going to mess up the cycle, so just automatically opting for the vault. So it definitely takes a lot of just game knowledge to know, hey, I'm at this point where I messed it up. I'm going to go for my backup.
Could even be like a standard thing he goes for. I'd imagine that he goes for the up throw capture there, but hard to say. Would love to have an in-depth player profile on every single player, but unfortunately we don't get to see them play all that often. Like I said, though, it is pretty nice to be able to see, you know, returning players from multiple tournaments. It's good to have that little repertoire going for yourself. Although from tournament to tournament, players do end up incorporating different strats. The Sailo gonna have to go for the awning here, or I guess not an awning, but an umbrella. Oh, just go for the tree. Actually, that's
cool.
That's interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Alright, both of these runners heading into the people's room. Gonna be wrapping up light mode.
Yeah, Light Metro didn't stand a single chance. Both these players making similar errors here, bonking on the awning. Interesting to see. Very nice vaults on the pole, though, to wrap things up as we are heading out here. See what the difference is. About a 6-second lead for Seanhartman at this point, so a little bit of a lead shift here in Day Metro as, well, just Metro overall, really, as Sailo making a few too many mistakes, letting the ball fall to the ground, and Sean picking it right back up, dribbling to the other side of the court, but I don't know, we got a lot of run to go. It definitely is way too early to call, in my opinion. But Snow Kingdom can cause some problems. Has some pretty difficult movement. Pretty much any kingdom in this game can cause some troubles throughout the run. But I think Snow, in particular, has some pretty difficult stuff going on. You got the Blowy Joey room, of course. The Goomba room can cause some troubles. We've seen very high-level runners just take deaths in the Goomba room. Not even from the Goombas walking off the cliff. They just can't quite control their movement on the ice. But we'll see how these players handle themselves here, as both headed to the happiest place on Earth, which is, of course, Shiveria.
You know, I gotta disagree with you. I kind of feel like Snow and Seaside are kind of like the lulls in the run. It's probably, in my opinion at least, the two, I guess, easiest kingdoms within the entire run, I gotta say. Not counting Ruined, of course. And granted, you know, Snow Kingdom, you have Snowdram and some tight movement, but compared to the rest of the run, it's kind of smooth sailing for the most part for most of these runners.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel like a lot of people would say that Snow Kingdom is a free kingdom or really easy, but then all of a sudden you die in Poison Room, and then it's not so easy, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as Sean is entering said Poison Room. The Blowy Joeys are blowing. And getting that triple jump boost off of the wooden blocks. Very nice stuff there. Start things off. Sailo nailing the same exact movement. Lots of distance from Sailo there. A little bit of a missed ground pound, but not a huge deal. Sean skipping over the spiny manip. Totally understandable. Not really super necessary. Sailo doing the same thing. Sometimes the spinies, they just don't line up quite well, and not really worth going for.
Yeah, these runners right behind each other. I feel like Sailo, just in general, yeah, you see a lot of like these small mistakes here and there, but I feel like Sailo is just a faster runner in general. These, you said it was about a 4 or 5 second gap. I feel like it's a lot less now at this point.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things go here. Sean doing a little bit of jumping here on the ice. I get pretty scared when I see runners going for any sort of Goomba vectors or jumps in general, but it does end up doing alright here as Sailo's right behind him now. This is kind of scary if you're in Sean's shoes, as Sailo's not giving up here.
No, Sailo's not going to go home without a fight. And at the same time, Sean's not going to just let Sailo win. So, two competitors here to win, here to play Mario. Alright, we're going to see both these runners entering into the shop to collect their last shop moon. And they're going to be setting up for Snowdram. We'll see if either of these runners decide to do setupless. Of course, just easy swag points for setupless. That looks pretty good on Sean's side. Nailed it. Sailo. Nailed it.
Honestly, I don't know. I was a little bit scared for both of them, but they did both make it, so I will be not complaining for that.
Yeah, Snowdram always looks scary. Yeah, this race is definitely close as heck.
Close as darn indeed. AC Money, with the explicit language in the chat, you're gonna have to reconsider that mod sword. That is okay, as we are pulling out of Snow Kingdom. No more snowy times. It's time to go have some fun in the sun and seaside.
The best kingdom. Turn up the volume. The best music in the game.
Yeah, just fantastic music. I can't wait to listen to it. It's gonna be such a good time. Definitely gonna listen to it at full volume here. I'm super excited.
The sarcasm is palpable in this commentator booth right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, just listen to that music. It's just on fire right now. Just love to listen to this one.
These runners pretty much synced up right now. Maybe like a second or two off, if that.
Alright, I'll turn on the elevator music, don't worry. We won't be without elevator music for this run.
Feels good, man.
Those of you in the chat that are very addicted to Onyx, I regret to inform you that we are no longer partnered with Onyx, and we are now partnered with the Urban Arts Partnership, who, dare I say, are a pretty fantastic partner. They help a lot of kids throughout the United States get into college for the arts and game design. Learn more about them by typing !UAP in the chat. As I've been notified there's a sync going on in the race. Sailo kind of ruined the sync with that little bonk there. We'll see if either player goes for Wilco clip. Looks like we won't see a Wilco clip, but we will see a more synced up race.
You know, I'm not sure what this Wilco clip is that you keep talking about, but these runners definitely not trying to opt for fish and dips. You know, in fish and dips, it's a newer strat, so it's one of those things that, you know, some runners might not have practiced. But fish and dips, you know, saves about 5 or 6 seconds, especially if you get fish and dips done, you know, the first try. Fish and dips, by the way.
That's a terrible name.
Better than Wilco clip.
No, Wilco clip is the name. As we see both racers waking up the sea bacon here. Gonna be summoning a moon.
I'm sorry, sea bacon?
Yeah, that's what those are called.
Oh my lord, I've never heard anyone refer to that. I love that. That is
look it up on the internet. They're called sea bacon.
That's their canon name now. If anyone says otherwise, please ban them in chat.
It always was, wasn't it?
That's the first I've ever heard anyone refer to as sea bacon.
Kind of weird.
A little bit, but Sailo taking the lead now. Runners are slightly out of sync. As Sean enters the room, Sailo is leaving, so just a couple second lead from Sailo. Getting confirmation from Sean in chat that they haven't really tried fish and dips that much, so that's the reason they didn't get fish and dips.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't tried fish and dips too often, I mean, unless you're in like the UK or something, I can excuse it. If you're in the UK, definitely go pick up some fish and some dips and some chips. Highly recommend.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, fish and clips. It's this new barber in town where you can get your haircut while eating some fish.
I thought you went fishing while you got your haircut.
No.
Oh.
I live in Florida. We're weird here.
Sailo nearly missing that salt triple there, barely clearing over the edge. Sean, unfortunately, unable to clear, so we'll be losing a bit of time going for the backflip. Pretty hard to make that without the triple jump. The backflip doesn't give you quite as much height, but Sean looking pretty confident with it. We'll go for it again. Looking a little bit frustrated on the webcam feed, but not too far behind at this point. Just needs to keep things together. Sailo is fighting for his tournament life here, so definitely not going to be going easy.
Yeah, Sailo fighting for his tournament life, but also fighting for his life as he's going up against this purple bunny in a suit. Meanwhile, Sean taking a bit of a booty burn as he gets up to also go fight this fine-dressed bunny. I think it's Michael who calls him Philip. A wonderful name for this bunny.
Michael doesn't have a name for anything. Michael just says a random name every time he sees a rabbit.
I mean, that's fair.
If you gave Michael a pet rabbit, Michael would just name it something different every time he saw it. Very, very short-term memory or something. I'm not really sure what the thing is with that gamer, but can't keep his bunny names in order.
Gotta love Michael.
And Sean, not super happy with that beginning of luncheon. Claimed to have lost about 20 seconds there. I can't believe that. It was a bit of a troublesome time, but can't be too down on himself as he is right behind Sailo.
Definitely.
Sailo is just one mistake away from losing the lead and potentially getting knocked out of this tournament, so let's see what happens here as things progress.
Gotta tell you though, oh, I'll put that on the back burner as Sean is taking a booty burn again. This is the second booty burn we've seen from Sean so far in this kingdom.
Pepto-Bismol is unforgiving.
It absolutely is. You know, you were saying this food looks unappetizing, and you know, I gotta agree. However, that stew in the big old blue pot looks pretty good. I won't lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of any of this food in this kingdom. But Sailo is not a huge fan of the Pepto-Bismol, taking a bunch of booty burns and gonna be taking a death. So we were talking about potential mishaps here that could cause Sean to gain some time.
Huge.
Yep, and it looks like that is going to bring Sailo way far back here, all the way to that sub-area door. And yeah, just having some complete flubs here as he's unable to contain himself. Gonna be trying to recover, but Seanhartman now with a very small lead.
Opting for the second time not to take that checkpoint. If I died there, play it safe. Get the checkpoint. Like, in like a normal RTA, sure, you're not gonna want to get the checkpoint, but you're in a tournament setting. Anything could happen, as we just saw. Get your checkpoint.
Yeah, checkpoints are pretty epic, I must say. As we see the Forks room beginning here, both players gonna be wanting to have a clean one. This will be a huge deal for both. Oh, and Sean taking a disastrous fall there. Trying to recover. No.
Oh no, that's it. Oh, he's gone.
Throwing his hands in the air. I mean, man. Right after making the comeback, just unfortunately unable to keep things together, and that's going to be another lead here for Sailo.
Oh man. Ron maybe just too far into his own mind right now. Gotta take a deep breath and just get out of his head. Get back into the race.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over till it's over. We've seen the leads shift quite a few times already here. Sean could potentially claw his way back into this one for sure. Sailo can have to make a couple more mistakes. And, I mean, I don't think it's out of the question. I mean, we've seen Sailo make quite a few. Both sides of this SMO race have made a sizable amount of mistakes, I'm going to say. At least considering... Ooh. Oh! As I say that, yeah.
The Hammer might have some kind of, a love-hate relationship with these turtles. You know, I think this is the first time we've actually seen any of these runners opt to kill one of the Hammer Bros. Maybe trying to send a message, who knows? Not enough that Sean has to take mind control these turtles, but has to take the life of one too. You know, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I think Sean calling it pretty accurately. Here we are seeing a bit of a showcase of all the different luncheon mistakes we can make. Scary with that statement because Sailo did not die behind this mountain, so... Sean, keep it together.
True.
Please don't. We don't got to see every mistake.
Yeah, didn't
Promise
die in this little boss area either, so maybe some foreshadowing from Sean here. Taking a booty burn again.
I shouldn't have said anything. No. No, don't die on the other side. Just keep it. It's fine. Just, okay, yep. Alright, perfect.
Oh my
That's what you like to see.
Mario does not like the Pepto-Bismol. It hurts him. It's lava.
Is it lava or Pepto-Bismol?
I mean, it's technically lava or like molten soup, but I mean, canonically, I feel like it's just molten Pepto-Bismol.
I just want to know what happened that like created Luncheon Kingdom. Like, did one of the like Nintendo employees like just like, I don't know, maybe fall asleep with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on repeat on accident, and then like just like woke up and was like, "Wow, I got this great idea." I don't know. I don't quite understand it, but I mean, we got Metro
maybe.
Kingdom, so I mean, I guess after Metro Kingdom, they were just like, whatever, anything goes. I'll have a dragon.
Spyro. And speaking of Spyro, I'm gonna take this time to plug these racers. Both of them do stream over on Twitch. Be sure to give them a follow. Also, with me today is twitch.tv/SarenMew. They also stream on Twitch. They've been doing a lot of, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 star in the Mario 64 game. Saren is a pro gamer. Coming up on the 16-star world record soon. Absolutely gonna happen. Smile.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can also follow me over on Twitch. I don't stream as much, but I am a Super Mario Sunshine speedrunner, so there's that.
Pog.
Absolute pog. And of course, couldn't do this without the UAP partnership, the Urban Arts partnership. They are graciously sponsoring this tournament. They also provided the very generous cash prize for the A division, if I'm not mistaken. We touched on them a little bit before, but I'm going to take this opportunity to touch on them one more time. The Urban Arts Partnership Game Design Program is a multi-year college prep program teaching students both the arts and technology of game development, prepping them for degrees and careers in the tech and gaming industries. So, super cool program. !UAP in chat to take a look. They're also a non-profit organization, which is super pog. So all donations that go to UAP go to UAP and helping their students and teachers and all that good stuff. So big shout out for them.
Yeah, shout out to Lipotato for doing all the shout outs too. That's very cool. I just got to sit here and just chill, watch a dragon get destroyed.
Definitely a shout out to me. The best potato. So, and just like that, Sailo is done with Spyro. That is the last time we unfortunately see Spyro throughout this game for the indie category, and Sean pretty much right behind him. So,
yeah, somebody told me the other day, I was talking about how it's kind of cool that we kill a dragon because he's clearly under some sort of like mind control spell and we just kind of murder him. But somebody told me that it's fine because he's just sleeping. But then I was watching an All Moons run and he's just dead here later on, so I don't think that's true. I think I was
seriously. I thought you could talk to him.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can talk to him. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can talk to him here during the indie round if you wanted to.
Really?
I'm pretty sure we don't kill Spyro.
Why is he just lay there with his head on the stage then? That's so weird.
Look, if you had an Italian plumber ground pound on your head 3 times in a row in rapid succession, would you not have a huge migraine?
I don't know, I might go lay down or something. I don't know. I feel like laying with your chin on a table would probably be pretty uncomfortable. Seanhartman is taking a break. Completely left the building. That is a bold strategy.
AFK strats, love to see it. Sailo entering into Bowser's Kingdom.
Yeah, this kingdom's pretty much a gimme too, right? It's kind of like snow. There's nothing really that can happen here, huh?
No, there's lots of things that could happen here. A simple bonk going into something can be your death. A lot of really cool movement as well. Some incredibly dangerous jumps like this one right here we're seeing from Sailo. And then later we're going to be doing, potentially both these runners, a blind pipe jump into basically the void, which is absolutely terrifying. We've seen a couple runners take a couple deaths doing that, so definitely not like Snow and Seaside, even though Seaside is the best kingdom. Bowser's Kingdom is like number 3.
I feel like by the end of this race, we're gonna have an entire tier list made of Lit Potato's favorite kingdoms.
Yo, I'll drop that here right now. Top 3 already, you know, it's Seaside, Luncheon, and Bowser's. Easy peasy.
Alright, so Sailo here nailing out some shards. Looking pretty hot so far. I would expect to see some very similar movements from Sean, as Sailo going to be making quick work of this. And of course,
clean, yeah.
Skipping the Glory Hole Moon. We're not going to see that from many runners in this division. Or really any runners left in the B division, I don't think. We've seen a lot of Crate Moons from here on out. Sean filling in for the stats guy, gonna claim a 40 seconds different. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. I believe. I didn't look at the timers, I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of stats guy, shout out to the stats guy. I don't believe we show them as much love as we should.
I mean, he's got 2 commands.
Does he really?
Yeah. He's got Matza and he's got stats guy. So.
Yo, nice.
Yeah, these people kept typing stats guy as the command.
We see Sailo going for Topper First. Unfortunately, Topper First does lose a lot of time. They do end up losing 69,420 seconds overall. You hate to see it. Hopefully, Sean can make up that time by going Harry first. Not much to really talk about in Bowser's Kingdom. It's more or less kind of like a boss rush kind of level. You know, you got some platforming here and there, but you know, you fight 2 Brutals, you fight this giant swamp thing, and then Mecha at the end of it with some small platforming here and there. Sean, the good guy, going for Harry at first, saving the 69,420 seconds overall. Will be saving that time. Sailo is about to head on to the last half of Bowser Kingdom. I don't imagine any of these runners will be doing pipeless, but would be pretty cool to see. I don't think we've had a lot of pipeless in this tournament, if I recall. Maybe one or 2. Someone else would have to correct me on that.
I have literally no idea what you're talking about. What does that even mean?
I don't know it well enough to describe it, but it's this really cool trick coming up with the crates. I guess something with the pipe. That's my expertise on it. I think I was commentating with Duck when this happened, and he called it pipeless. So maybe somebody in chat can.
Was somebody memeing and like? Oh my gosh, Sailo taking a bonk there. Oh, man, that's what you were talking about earlier. That's where you can just take a bonk and it's a bad time. That is a yikes.
I mean, to go back to what you're saying, it possibly could have been a meme. You know, like I said, I don't run this game very much, so I mean, hey.
I think it was a meme. If anybody in the chat knows of a pipeless that is not a meme, please let me know. I will gladly accept that I don't know anything about this game, but yeah. I think that was a meme. I think somebody bonked or something.
Hey, who knows?
Oh, it saves 1 second. Okay, poggers.
There we go.
Not a
Thanks,
meme.
Dan.
Dan, in fact, does know how to play the game.
Alright, let's see if Sean can do this blind jump. Oh, nailed it. No problem. And Sailo is entering into the mech fight. You know, as a casual player, mech takes forever to beat. But these runners, they what, maybe 15, 20 seconds. It's insane.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how much time you can save on mech just knowing your stuff. Especially, you know, getting a topper acquired and then target acquired. Those two in quick succession can really save a lot of time. Obviously not really much we can do to stop the mech from running around like a crazy person, but I guess neither can the Brutals as they just kind of flail their arms out of control. Sailo nailing TA here. Not giving any room to breathe to Seanhartman, who's going to be having to go into Moon Kingdom at quite a big deficit at this point. It's hard to make up this much time in Moon Kingdom just to movement alone, especially against somebody like Sailo, but we've seen mistakes from both sides, and we could see the same thing here in Moon, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely some big opportunities for, you know, potential deaths or time loss here. You know, they could fail the big old jump between the gorge at the start of Moon. They could screw up Moon wall jump move, Sphinx skip, I don't know these names. Could die to Bowser, heck.
Sphinx clip, yeah, I'm not so sure that is in Moon Kingdom, but or even in this version of the game, but you know, I mean, we'll just let it slide. Forever calling Moon clip or Moon Cave skip Sphinx clip. It is now canon.
Oh gosh. Alright, well this is my last time commentating. It's been great, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let in some of the other hordes of people that are interested in commentating on GSA. We've got an entire army of volunteers lined up.
What is that, chat? You want to commentate a future race? Whoa, if you just type in !volunteer, you can do just that. Wow. Think I sold him on that. Thank you, Drunkable. I feel like that's something we don't plug often enough, is the !volunteer, honestly.
I plug it all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I
because
didn't hear you plug it last race.
yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to not sound desperate today.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll do it for you.
Drunkable, you should definitely use that volunteer sheet. We don't have enough ducks on the commentary team. I think we only have one duck currently. Kind of weird.
Is that weird?
Potentially.
USA needed to get all their ducks in a row. What's happening?
Oh my god! Got him! Oh,
Please don't laugh at that.
I just did, sort of.
Oh god.
Does popping off count as laughing?
No, I think it's considered popping off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sailo getting the, what was that? I think that was one wall jump, yeah?
I wasn't looking. I'm not gonna lie.
So commentators not paying attention to the run. Love to see it.
I was too obsessed with the ducks in a row joke, okay? I couldn't get over that.
I mean, we can go back to talking about Kmart, honestly. Actually, speaking of Kmart, I'm gonna bring it up again. Where do you think Bowser and Mario got these nice suits?
I don't know.
It can't be Kmart. They don't have suits there. Like Men's Warehouse, maybe?
Does Kmart? Have you ever been to a Kmart?
Yeah. We had a Kmart where I used to live, maybe like 5 minutes down the road. It was amazing. I'd go there all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
They didn't sell
And now it's
clothes?
gone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they sold clothes, but nothing fancy as like a suit.
I don't think I've ever been in a Kmart. Maybe when I was really little, actually.
Oh, well, maybe we can email Miyamoto and ask where these two lovely men get their suits, but both runners in the Bowser fight gonna be fighting this big old turtle. Still a very close game. One minor mistake from Sailo, maybe, you know, one or two minor mistakes could change the tides of battle.
Yeah, we are down to 1 heart, which is pretty spooky, as Seanhartman just a cycle behind here in the Bowser fight, and we will be heading into the escape sequence, which can be a bit scary. Can lose time going for 2D escape, struggle into it a little bit. Of course, any sort of death in the escape sequence is colossal. Doesn't happen super often, but we have seen it quite a few times already in this tournament, and here we go. Gonna break down some barriers, break some rocks. Hold your cat jams. That is coming up.
FADs?
Just gonna go ahead and slide down this commentary slider in my audio mixer.
I don't imagine we'll see 2 DSS from either of these runners, but it will be cool to see somebody go for it. Doesn't look like Sailo is going to even attempt it.
Dang. I'm shocked.
Are you?
And saddened.
Alright, very clean 2D section from Sailo. Not a single head bump or buck or any bump or anything. See if Sean is able to do the same. See if they'll attempt a 2DSS. I don't imagine, but it'll be cool. And here we are. Sailo in the pillar room. Be sure to... I mean, yeah, if you want Cat Jam, you could do that too, I guess. I think you pretty cool to see. It's okay, the mods can't ban us all.
I definitely didn't turn you down or mute you for any part of that segment there. I definitely let you speak the entire time, 100%.
Yeah, no,
as we get into the Cat Jam section. Everyone's favorite part of the run.
Absolutely. I'll take the single Pepe D. Hey, there we go. More Pepe Ds in chat. You'll love to see it. Oh, Sailo didn't get the first pillar. I didn't even notice that. Well, here it is. Sailo taking home their first victory in the GSA SMO NEP Open. Love to see it. That's probably a huge breath of fresh air for them. They have the potential to move on with a 102.31. GG, Sailo.
No. Why did Sailo end the highlight there? Why would you do this to me?
Alright, well, we got Sean's side now. Wrapping up. Was that going to be a 103.02? If I have my... No. I don't know my math.
It's okay.
Okay.
I don't know math either.
All in all, pretty close run. You know, mistakes here and there from both runners. Sean, unfortunately, had a lot more major mistakes than Sailo, but both of them having a fair number of mistakes. Maybe, you know, tournament shakes. Sailo coming off of 2 losses, you know, the pressure of needing to win this. Sean, the pressure of literally his first race in this tournament, you know, maybe a little shaky, but all in all, both run from both of these guys.
Yes, words. Mario
Absolutely.
tournament, both racers gaming. Sean has a face cam, that's pretty poggers. I always like seeing the face cam, getting the gamers' reactions. As we will see if we can get Sean in the booth to get his reactions. Sailo, of course, pre-record, so we're going to go ahead and just start up another race right away. Going to try to lap Sean here. I'm not sure if that's going to work out for him, but a bold strategy nonetheless.
Right, you are.
Alright, we're going to get Sean here into the waiting room, pull him in for an interview. Huge shouts to everybody in the chat for showing up today and supporting the races. Appreciate everybody coming out to support the gamers here in these preliminary group stage matches.
Absolutely.
Races
Yeah,
will
shout
only...
out to you guys in chat. We shouted out everyone else. Shout out to y'all in chat. You guys are amazing. Thanks for chatting and showing your hype and support to all these runners.
Yes, Poggers. I love chat. Chat is my favorite. I also love Benny.
Who?
Nobody. We have Sean in the chat room right now. Hello, Sean.
Hello. Hello.
GG. Well played, my friend. How are you feeling
Thanks.
coming off of that?
You know, I think I was pretty happy that it was decently close. I was kind of nervous I was going to do really bad, but a 103.03, only a minute 36 off my PB, which is all the way back from June. I'll take it.
Very
and
good.
it was only 32 seconds away from Sailo's run, so not too bad. Maybe
Yeah,
that
definitely.
luncheon.
Yes, definitely saw some mistakes from both of you guys in luncheon. I'm not sure, this is your first race in this tournament setting. Did you have, maybe some nerves coming up into this? Or I know you were in chat, so maybe you were watching and you saw where Sailo was?
Yeah, I think that was somewhat helpful, but in luncheon is when it became unhelpful because, I don't know. I also kind of think the mistakes were just like stupid mistakes. It wasn't like when I fell in the forks room, that was literally I just like dived too early. It was just a really like dumb mistake, not very common, just happened to happen that way. And actually, the salt triple one, that was me like kind of getting distracted, not focusing enough. And so I like messed up the spin time at the beginning, and then I went for salt triple, even though I didn't like think about how I probably shouldn't go for salt triple because it only saves a second. But then once I went for it, I messed up the backup too, and I ended up losing a lot. Like it just went down. Once I kept messing up in motion, it just like it kind of was like continued to go that way.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, Saren, do you have anything else to add?
I still love Benny.
John, you have anything else for us?
GG to Sailo for winning the race, and it was fun for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. GG to both of these runners. Guys, you can do !racers in chat to follow both of these runners on their Twitch. We're going to go ahead and call that race an end. But stay tuned. We do have Shadow Gato versus Fan Delight coming up next. It's going to be a pretty amazing run. It's going to be one of the Division B races. It's going to be a pretty hype match, so don't go anywhere.
Pog.